Hey, thanks for watching Sailing Queen Jane. This week we install an electric winch for our Genoa furling line. It's a big job with a lot of components.
I haven't had hair and makeup yet.
In the middle of the electric winch install, Greenpeace came to visit. Later on in the vid, I'll talk a little about why it was such a big celebration for the people of Rongelap to have the Greenpeace people come. We install a new electric winch. It's a complex installation with power being needed to be run directly from the batteries.
The first step in installing the new electric winch is to remove the old winch. So we've removed the nuts from some of these bolts. And maybe the other screwdriver, honey. This is the one we did, right?
Yep.
And now that we've got the nuts off the back, we can unscrew these bolts.
Proper winch installation requires a backing plate to help distribute the load. Straight. The scariest part is drilling a hole in our boat, right? Because the electric winch has a shaft which goes through to the motor, which is mounted underneath it. See from here. We literally drilled for days. We started with this hole saw, which I don't know is an inch, I think, but we had to borrow a 2-inch hole saw to be able to drill the hole through the deck. Here we're finally using the new hole saw, and we're finally making progress and getting that hole cut. So this area of the deck is kind of like a sandwich. We've got the teak, which is the initial layer. Then we have fiberglass, then we have deck coring, and then we have more fiberglass underneath. So it's a lot. So much debris builds up in the teeth of the saw that you have to stop, clean it out. The drill starts to overheat a little, so it takes a long time to do this. The next day, we finally break through. Hooray! Now we have to reattach the backing plate so we can drill a hole in the appropriate position for the new winch. The backing plate is a 1/4-inch aluminum plate, and it took a while to drill that through. Working in the tropics is really exhausting, so, we would work as much as we could, but, when it's 85 degrees, one gets really tired quickly and you need to take a break. Luckily, it's beautiful. Okay, here's the final installation of the new winch, just the top part, obviously. We dry fitted first, and now we're putting caulk and screwing it down finally. So why an electric winch for the furling line? Well, we're old, and we have a stay sail, so to tack we have to roll our Genoa fully in. So it makes short tacking on this boat very, very difficult. It also is hard when you're sailing through a line of squalls and a 30-knot squall comes roaring at you and you take in the Genoa and then you let it up and you take it out. You can do that like 10 times a night. So it'll help with our level of exhaustion, and ultimately hopefully we'll have safer sailing. Once the Rainbow Warrior left, the French Navy came in for a visit. Yeah, those two didn't want to cross paths, that's for sure.
I'm already damp.
I have to go get my sandals.
Wow, this one, hey, you already put the lugs on them. Gonna be heavy duty wire. Those cutters. They're like enormous. Today, we're installing the motor. It won't have any power until we do the battery side, but one step at a time.
Hand me the electronic box.
Here, take it.
So this is what we're dealing with. That's where the motor goes, up there, hanging down from those bolts. That's an air blower that blows air on the engine to keep the alternator cool. This is our water maker right here on the side. And I guess the real challenge is going to be getting that motor up there in place and then tightening those 4 bolts, which I can barely reach. But first I've got to figure out where to put the electronic control box.
So you can attach the big wires on?
Yep.
I would take it off. The winch motor is very heavy, and we couldn't figure out how to hold it up there and bolt it on.
That's crazy.
There's only one person can fit in there. So we used books and pillows to wedge it up there so Jordan could get one bolt in, and then he got the rest of them.
So here we are. The motor has been mated to the winch. So far I've got 3 bolts in. The 4th bolt is not visible and it's going to be a bitch to get to it. But that's what I'm going to try now.
It's a complex electrical job with both control wires and power cables needing to be run.
Okay, so this bit is done. You can see there the Lumar control box, which has all the control wires attached to it for the switch, the power cables that go to the motor up here, and the other end of the power cable goes to the battery. Down here you can see, maybe you can, maybe you can't, the red and black cables here, which I ran underneath the generator. Here's the generator. You can see they go under the generator and they come out over here in the shaft alley. As you can see, those gigando cables are meant to carry a lot of amps. The motor is 700 watts. It should draw about 50 to 55 amps. Obviously, I still have to run these big cables up into the bus bars and crimp them and connect them, and then we're done.
Oh. I don't know, it must have been really hot. I didn't get any footage of us installing the button for the winch, but there it is. That's the new thing. And this is how you press it.
It's just a mounting bracket for the cutoff switch and the circuit breaker. And these parts are going to get epoxied onto the bulkhead under the cockpit locker.
Mm-hmm.
And then these screw in to the brackets.
Good
Did you
idea.
bring me the headlamp like I asked?
No. I brought you the GoPro though. Do you want the wire cutters?
Yes, honey, I'd like the wire cutters. The cable cutters.
Cable cutters. They're so big.
Uh-oh.
Crimp it.
Give me a third piece. So here we are in the portside cockpit locker where the batteries are located. A lot of other stuff too. And here is the new electric winch control panel consisting of a shut-off switch, on off, and a circuit breaker. Alright, this is the first test of our electric winch.
Woo! It's turning all by itself! Look at that
A little
smile!
help from electricity.
40 years ago, one of the original Rainbow Warrior boats helped the people of Rongelap evacuate from their atoll. It had been contaminated from nuclear tests done on Bikini. They were not properly informed, or perhaps the people didn't know the level of contamination that had spread. The water, the soil, everything was contaminated. Nobody would help them leave Rongelap to get to Majro, several hundred miles away. Rainbow Warrior showed up and made repeated trips to bring everybody from the atoll to Majro. And so here they are, the descendants of those people, welcoming Greenpeace back to the Marshall Islands.